Okay, boys and girls, I'm constantly ribbed in the group by our resident lunatic, Captain Back, or as I like to call him, Sinbad, because he is a bloody pirate. He's always saying, where's my trade? Well, I'm going to show you one, and it's an easy one. So what we're looking at here is the DAX. Look at this particular move here, and also look at this move here. Now, they're telling you quite a good story. Now, the first thing I would do is zone it out. Okay. Now, I'm not using any indicators or anything just yet. I'm just zoning this particular trade out. Now, it's pushing up what we can see. Now, it hasn't come down into this region. Okay. But a little bit of time just yet. But I need to get into this trade shortly. And it hasn't yet gone into there. And it's approaching pretty darn quick here on the 38. And it's just breached the 50. So what that's telling me is I have an upward momentum on this. Now I am going to place an order in now because it's time to do so. Let me just quickly drop that over. So we're going to put that in just a second. And I'm going to drop this down onto 15 minutes. Because I've got key levels in place. I'm going to take it down into 15 minutes. There we are. What we can see, this is now on a return into these levels here. So it'll be that one, then up into this one. I'm going to put another fib on this. Now this is fib work. And what we're doing is we're playing the optics. It's broke the 23, come to the 38, it's moving to the 50. So what do? Well, I think it's going to 50. We are going to drop it into 5 minutes. Just like so. I can see the direction of travel. It's coming onto that line, which is where I'll put the order anyway. So I'm just going to place the order. Right. So there's the order placed. Okay. So what am I doing with this? Well, I'm actually working it from one order block to the next. So that's worth about 110 quid. Into this stall point. Now, why is that stall point important? Because it's an area of the chart, the price will naturally be attracted to. Now, I've got an upper area where I know it's time to get out if I hold it, which is here. And I've also got a danger area where something goes wrong, which is here. Okay. So it's all fully mapped out. I can see exactly what's going on with this particular chart. Let's pull that back down. And then all I'm doing is I'm just working between the levels that we can see. We've got a solid one here. We've got high time frame fib here. Then we've got entry exit. So I can go, okay, where am I wrong? Well, I start getting wrong when it breaks through that. We got this swing point. Probably be wrong at this point. And if it comes down here, I'm definitely wrong. So really, I don't want to be much further than this. So all I would do is I'll go, okay, I'll keep half an eye on this and I'll add some extra orders in on the way down to here. But ideally, I want it to come down, bounce off there. I know it'll cost me a few quid, but I'm not that bothered. And why wouldn't I be bothered at this point? Simple thing I shall tell you. I already agreed that's where I'm going to go. So that means I'm happy to trade in. Now, what you could do, which is what a lot of people do, is they go very tight stop and then try and do a 2-to-1. They get cut out, get frightened, go back into market, get stopped out, go back into market, get stopped out, go back into market, get stopped out, and then at 3-to-1, think they're on a winner of a day. And actually, all they've actually done is erode their account down and get back to borderline break even, because they don't realize that all those little clips add up. Well, what if you just did it all as one trade? All right. If you got the trade completely wrong, you're bollocksed. But that's where your homework comes in. You should never go into a trade not knowing what the dominant direction is or what the dominant trade is for the given time frame. I work hour to hour. The dominance at the moment, shown by fibs and mathematics, tells me this is pushing higher. So therefore, I'm going to lean into that. And if it moves against me, it's not that I'm wrong. I'm just getting a better price for doing the homework. Because I'm a big believer in, one, the tide will always win. But more importantly, if I get the direction right, it'll forgive a bad entry. Well, if I've got that bad entry in, and I know the trade is going to move against me, because I expect every trade to move against me for some period of time, I'm getting better price, reducing the exposure, reducing the mindset of, oh my God, because I'm prepared for it, and then the upside is bigger. It's a simple, easy way to do things, and it does work quite effectively. So that's what I'm going to do. You'll see extra orders come in down to here, and then an upward swing, and we'll get anywhere from 80 plus, and I'll be happy with that. So let's play this one out. Okay, Pirate, there you go. There's a very quick, easy trade. It's netted 105 quid. Could have had a bit more. We currently 3, so we might be able to get another bite at this. Just making certain my tickets are off, which they are. Now, I could go at this again, because it looks like it's going to pulse. So I'm going to. So we're going to put an order in here, and I'll stage it back the same as I did before. Hasn't quite breached here, but if I can get it there, which it's already had a go at, that'll do another 50 quid on top of the 100 I've already made. And again, I'll watch it come down. If I get an opportunity to bite at it, I will. And then we're done. Now, why am I going at it again? Because it's paid me relatively quickly. It's pushing into this level. I'm quite happy with that level. And the other trade, well, it was only a few minutes. But there is something else that I can see. Let me show you. Just drop the indicators back down a second. Heavy general direction to the upper side. We haven't gone extreme yet, so it will push into extreme, which means it'll flush out. And when it flushes out, I'll grab that 10 pips and I'll be done with it. So that's what I can see at the moment. I'm waiting for the flush. And I'm also going to take advantage of any pullback. So what we're going to do is just keep half an eye on it. And hopefully I can get it done relatively soon. So let me just watch this. I'll just play some music while it's doing a few minutes. I'll give it about 15 minutes and then it'll be done. Okay, guys, what I'm going to be doing now is look to kill this off because it's flown up. Bang. Just shut it in one go. That's it. Bash. Out it goes. That's another couple £100. Now, the reason why I've done that is quite simple. You know, let me just make certain I take my tickets off. Tickets are off. And there you are, £314 in about 40 minutes. But it took time for it to come into play. But what I want to draw your attention to, and I do want you to pay attention to this, is exactly where it stopped. There. That bit there went straight up to the pip and then pulled away. Now, the thing with the DAX is it's a vicious little bastard. It really is. Now, it never really went against me that much. Maybe it's 110, £120. And that's because I tightly pack my orders together on this. I don't try to spread them out. And there's a big reason for that. And the big reason is quite simple. If I get this thing wrong, and let's be honest, I have got it wrong. You go through the channel, you see, if any time I've had a bloodbath, it's been with this. But I still like it. And now that it's come back into play after about 18 months of in the wilderness, it's starting to pay me again. Now, why was it 18 months in the wilderness? Because all indices rocketed so high, they became unpredictable. It's pulled back on itself a little bit. Now I can get solid levels in, so I can see where it's been and I can see where it's going. And the market has settled down a little bit. And I'm happy with this. Now, a good indicator is just flick it back. Look, it's shot away again. So I had to take the money when it was offered because I've also got direction of travel to go through, which is spread. And when you get up into here, that means just for it to touch would just say close it out. If I left the levels on here, that means the direction of travel would have to come up here somewhere. So I did the right thing. I've taken the money out at the right time. And I'm happy with the result. So, little Captain Black Pirate, little sod that you are. That's a pint you owe me in Gatwick when I turn up in October. No. I did it for you, kid. I know you're interested in it. And that is a quick and easy way to tame the beast once you can see the conditions that I show you pretty much daily in play. Zone it out so you know where you're right and where you're wrong. Find out the entry criteria inside it and then work from one point to the next. But the trick is not be greedy. I had a fair idea that was going to that key level. It hadn't attacked it when I took the money out the first time. I was relying on price bouncing because the inertia of the trade was still there. And that's it, job done. Okay, kids, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my holiday. See you soon.